Hey everyone, I have found a new series I didn't know existed. Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Rhys book channel. I'm Christina, Kristina. And how are you today? Good, I hope. Alright, so Rhys, these books are hard to get to, so it's mostly Kindle. I apologize, it's the shame of not having a real book. Oh god. Murphy's Law by Rhys Bowen. This is book 1 in this series. Molly Murphy is a house servant in Ireland, and when the family is away, their son attempts to have his way with her. She panics, she pushes him, he falls, he hits his head, he dies. So she runs away. She gathers up what little money they had in the old cookie jar, and she runs away. And when she's at the port in England, she arrives and she's like, "What am I supposed to do now? I have no idea what I'm supposed to do." And the cops follow her around, and they say that they're looking for this Irish lady. And this lady, Kathleen, rescues her and says that Kathleen is her sister Siobhan, and that she was just supposed to get her medicine and come back, and so the cops believe her story. And it turns out that Kathleen is dying from tuberculosis. So she wants to send her children to America, to New York, to her husband to raise. But they won't let her on the ship because she's got tuberculosis. So could Molly pretend to be her? So it was really teary. It was very emotional when they got on the ship. And because they were poor, they were in the steerage part and they couldn't get off and they couldn't wave or anything. That's only for first class and second class passengers. And so that was really sad. And then Molly meets this guy, O'Malley, and he claims to know all her secrets, and he gets her all upset, and he tries to have his way with her, and she slaps him. So a lot of people know that she slapped him. And then she meets this other guy, Michael, and he becomes a really good friend. And one night, she has the two kids with her, Seamus and Bertie. And Bertie has sleepwalking, and she sleepwalks in the wrong direction on the ship. And they see a man coming out of the men's quarters, and they assume he was a guard, but actually he was the murderer, but they don't know that yet. Little spoiler there. So she takes the kids, and it's a delay getting off the ship because of the murder. The guy's dead. He was slow to slit. And Molly's like, you can't hang this on me. I didn't do it. I was with and it's just, and you're like, get off the ship already. And they finally get off the ship, and they have to convince Seamus, the father Seamus, because there's a Seamus boy too. It's Bertie and Seamus that she came over with. That she's Kathleen, and to tell everybody she's Kathleen, so he takes her back to his place that he's living with relatives, and it's a hovel. In the meantime, Molly had made arrangements to meet up with Michael in the park, but apparently they've arrested Michael for the murder, and then when they see her in the park, they arrest her too, and she becomes acquainted and friendly with Captain Daniel Sullivan. So Molly decides that if the police aren't going to work to solve this murder, then she's going to work to solve this murder. And she goes to Hell's Kitchen. She goes to all different parts. She almost ends up in a brothel. And Daniel is just like, when she reports back to him, you need to talk to this one, you need to talk to that one. And he's like, Molly, you're going to get yourself killed. And he tries to take care of her a little bit here and there. And you really have to read the book to find out what happens. But I hope that you will all stick with me in my pursuit of this series, Murphy's Law by Rhys Bowen. Find out if Molly is able to solve the murder, and if they are able to do anything about it. Because he may or may not be a very rich and powerful man. And when they're rich and powerful, they can get away with stuff like murder. But you'll have to check out the book and see. I'm rooting. I can't decide who I'm rooting for Molly to have a relationship with Daniel, or for Molly to have a relationship with Mike on future books. I can't wait to get a hold of them. The death of Riley and a couple of others. I'll have the list later on. I didn't bring it with me. I brought everything else, but not the list. But I hope you will join me in my quest for this series. It's a really good series. I'm really enjoying this. I read this book so fast. I said, "What? It's over? What? Why does everybody have to go off my computer?" Hello. Are you going to read the books with me? Have a good one.